Brilliant. Okay, so this is recording now. Thank you so much to everyone who is here on the recording with us, and hello to future people who will be watching the recorded version of this. I'm really, really delighted to welcome our student Jonathan Balfe here. Jonathan is junior fresh, social studies, social work here in Trinity, has joined as a mature student. Jonathan started his journey to social studies in Drogheda, in DIFE, Institute of Further Education, and he'll touch on that a little bit towards the end of the conversation. Jonathan, thank you so much for doing this, and I'm really excited to have you walk us through the timetable for a first year in social studies. You're going to show us your timetable for the week, talk us through the difference between tutorials, between lectures, how you manage, there are some long gaps in your timetable, how you manage your time there, and also if there's any extracurriculars that you want to fold in to the discussion, throw them in, so we're seeing how you manage your whole timetable. But I am going to hand over to you now, and you can introduce yourself to everyone. And when you're ready, Jonathan, you can share your screen. Oh, you're in second year, I beg your pardon. You're in you're senior fresh. Better yet.
Yeah, I was starting to panic there.
I'm demoting you, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Jonathan. I'll hand over to you now. Thanks a million.
Perfect. Good morning, everyone, or afternoon. So yeah, I'm a senior fresh, so second year in social work with social studies. My timetable is quite packed this year compared to last year. But the first year in social studies is very broad. So you're studying a lot of academics courses more so than social work. So you do a lot of economics, politics, all kind of building towards having a knowledge when you go into your really social work based classes. So I'll just walk you through on what a normal week looks like.
Yeah, that'd be great.
So Monday is the horror. It's the start at 9 o'clock, which is great when you're coming from Drogheda.
Will you share your screen?
Oh, sorry, is it not sharing? Hold on.
Yeah.
Okay, how's that?
There we go. Amazing. Yeah, brillo.
Yeah, so I was saying Monday morning is the rough one.
God.
It's a tutorial.
Yeah.
So it's small. There's only probably 15 students in it for social research. And we actually do presentations for most of it. So intimate class. So that kind of negates the having to get up extra early. And the PH, the teacher's assistant's really good. So it's an enjoyable class. And then we have a 2-hour break.
Yeah.
So usually what we do is probably go to the library for an hour and then have an hour's lunch before we kick off with the next set of classes.
Yeah. And is this a 2-hour lecture, I see?
Yes, the next one is an inclusive disability 2-hour lecture.
Inclusive disability?
Yes. So it goes into all the medical models, social models, all the different reasonings why it'd be so important for social workers to understand the different models of of inclusive disability.
Yeah.
So the lecturer, I think, is actually external and he works somewhere else. So he comes in just to do that class with us. So he's a real expert at what he's talking about.
Brilliant.
But it's a brilliant class. It's so interesting.
Yeah.
And then after that, we have 1 hour social research class, which is basically, it goes back to primary and secondary research and quantitative and qualitative research. So giving us all the basics of understanding, because like when you're doing readings and stuff like that, you can see if the research is valid, if it's reliable. It's teaching us all these things to actually pick apart research as well as doing our own.
Right.
And yeah, so
it's like
a tough one,
research methods.
Yes, yeah. And it's a tough one to take in. Like any of those academic-y kind of classes can be tough for social work, because like it's very about social work's kind of emotional intelligence is very important.
Yeah.
So when you come to academic classes, they can be more difficult. So that's why first year can be quite rough. to get through.
Right.
But second year is so much more enjoyable because you have so much more social work based modules.
Yeah. Less
So
theoretical.
yeah, very much so. And
Yeah.
then we move on to the Tuesday then. We have a nice 11 o'clock start, and that's for child protection,
Oh,
which is,
very, very relevant at the moment.
yes, very much so. So unfortunately, every couple of weeks there's been something and some horror has happened, and we're dealing with it. She's actually our lecturer is a principal social worker with TUSLA.
Right.
So we're getting an understanding of it from the media and an understanding of it from TUSLA about everything that's happening, which is great.
Yeah.
Um, and
Yeah.
how horrified they are about what's happening. Like they're not happy about it either.
Of course.
But it's a tough class now. There is things in that one that you kind of have to walk away from it sometimes and leave it at the door and go, I can't think about this anymore. It is, yeah, it does
Uh,
throw things at you, but
It's a
it's
bit
so beneficial.
challenging, like
Yeah,
emotionally a bit challenging.
yeah, very much so. But the lecturers, as I said, she's brilliant. She's working in TUSLA 20 odd years and she's teaching in Trinity, I think 10 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
So she has both sides of it really well down.
Yeah.
Um, but there's a lot of care put into about how she actually covers things and check-ins and reflections to make sure we're all okay at the end of each class. But it's
Oh, that's
stuff like
great.
it's social work. We have to cover these things. It's the
Yeah.
reality of it, unfortunately.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so
It's a bit of exposure therapy nearly.
yeah, it is kind of like that. Like, and there's a lot of secondary trauma in social work. So
Right.
it's building the resilience to that before we actually even go out into the field to be able to go, okay, we know what we're dealing with.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
it's not going to give you a full protection, but nothing does. And then, so that's Tuesday. Lucky enough, we only have that class. So yeah,
Yeah.
we're free for the
Yeah.
rest of the day. And usually a couple of us might hang around in the college afterwards for a few hours because we're studying for the scholds.
Oh, really? Are you?
Yeah, unfortunately, we
Do you want to
signed up for
explain to people what skulls are?
hmm, the foundation scholarship. So it's basically an elected exams that you take to become a scholarship of Trinity College or a scholar of Trinity College. Um,
Yeah.
quite extreme exams, quite hard, and
Very, very competitive.
very, very. And we're kind of like we're all of the opinion now that it's extra learning for us, even if we don't get it. So it's worth it.
It's
But if you get it,
worth it
it
either
is,
way. If
yeah,
you get it, it's really, really worth it.
yeah. The financial gains of it's unreal, like what you get out of it. But yeah, so we're all kind of giving that a go for now.
Yeah.
But we're not fully signed up until I think next week. We have to decide if we're actually going to do
Really gonna do it. Yeah. Yeah.
it. And so that's Tuesday covered for us. On a Wednesday, then we have social policy and action.
Okay.
So base that is at the minute for the first half of this term, we've been covering all about the kingdom's three streams framework. So it's basically bringing in that there has to be a problem, a policy, and politics involved for policy change to happen, for a policy window to open. So
Right.
we're learning all about this, and like we're learning that these big horrific things that happen can have an effect on the government and on policy moving forward. So they can, even if something terrible does happen,
Yeah.
it can actually make a positive impact moving forward. It's unfortunate that something has to go wrong, but normally it is that
Yeah.
way.
For
So
for um for the situation to change and to be addressed and for weaknesses in the system to become apparent and that kind of thing.
yeah, it nearly has to go wrong first, which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
It's reactive, but yeah, it is the way the system is. We don't have crystal balls either to actually go, right, what is going to go wrong?
Yeah.
Some things
Yeah.
just happen and then we have to fix it afterwards. So that's a really interesting course.
Yeah.
Quite a lot of the essay assessment on that one is quite heavy. It's 3,500 word essay and a
Right.
presentation. So that's
Right.
one of the heavier ones. But
Yeah.
Catherine Conlon is actually the lecturer on that one. So we have to she's one of the main people in social work in Trinity. So she's really bedding down the social policy is so important to social work.
Yeah, absolutely. And to have an influence on policy from the perspective of the people on the front line.
Yeah. Like social workers are advocates for their service users. So we need to be
Yeah.
actually speaking up for these people.
Yeah. Yeah. Really, really
Yeah.
interesting.
So that is a good one. And then we move on to first thing on a Thursday morning, we have 1 hour of social work theory and practice.
Right.
So that is, we had a full 2 terms of that class last year, so that's why we've only 1 hour of it this year. Um, it's basically covering all the theories that we will use out on the field in social work, like relationship-based theory, trauma theory,
Right.
and all the different approaches, all the personal skills that we will bring to the field when we're working in social work, like social skills and communication skills.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a good one.
Um,
Yeah.
do you find that you're identifying skills yourself that you think, oh, actually, I'm doing, like my communication skills are good. Like you are very good at communicating, Jonathan. But are you finding
It's not
new
awkward.
skills yourself, or something that you've identified yourself that is going to be really an asset to you?
Yeah, like that's it. Like it is, and it's big. It's obviously big about children and how we can deal with children and how we can come down to a level. And
Mhm.
social work is very much so not prioritizing academic speak and language, and we have to be
Mhm.
natural, down to earth with this, with people and stuff like that. So yeah, it does come, like there's a lot of benefits coming from my background going
Yeah.
into social work, and
Yeah.
that really are shining through now from the way I grew up and the advantages and disadvantages I had growing up.
And
So
you
they're
bring in that
shining through
experience,
now.
and that's
Yeah,
brilliant to hear. Yeah. And we'll
yeah,
go into that a little bit more at the end when we're talking about your
no,
journey.
no problem not. And then we have another tutorial on Thursday at 1 o'clock, which is the social policy in action tutorial, which
So will
is
you,
very,
sorry to interrupt you there, will you just explain for some people won't know the difference between a tutorial and a lecture?
yeah. So a lecture, like last year, our lectures could be 300 people in a big lecture room.
Mhm.
And this year, it's very much just us social workers together. So there's only 45 of us in a lecture.
Yeah.
So it's very much the lecturer is speaking to us. There's some interaction,
Yeah.
but then you come down to a tutorial and there's only like 15 of you in the room, and it's very much based around communication and everyone's learning, and we're
Yeah.
picking apart what's covered in the lectures. So
Right.
it's an extra opportunity to actually talk about what happens in the lectures and take them apart and understanding why they are the way they are. 'Cause sometimes,
Yeah.
especially in a room of 300 people, you're not going to want to keep raising your hand every 2 seconds.
Yeah. 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 So the
But
tutorial
in
is
a
an opportunity then to get into the content of the lecture in a little more detail in a smaller group.
very much so, yeah, it is. It's
Yeah.
brilliant. And then like if you have like assessments that are presentations, they will normally be done in the tutorial because
Right. Yeah.
it's more intimate, it's less imposing on people to actually do it in a tutorial. So that's good as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but they're very important. Like they're mandatory attendance on those. We have to go, but
Yes.
we want to go to them, so they are good.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then the next one is group work, which
Yeah.
is delivered to us by Dr. Circa. She's a principal social worker in a hospital,
Oh,
and
right.
she's basically covering off how important group work is to social workers. We're always part of a multidisciplinary team. If we're not,
Mhm.
we're pulling in other people into a team. So we're kind of, when especially in hospitals and stuff like that, the social worker is kind of seen as a group work organizer. So
Right.
it's a big part of their role that they're
Yeah.
pulling everyone together for the service users, patients, clients, whoever you're working with.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah.
so it's actually lovely. It's very based on your personality and pulling on your strengths of what you can bring to group work and how you can actually manage it. Like you don't have to be a natural born leader to make group work for you.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, it is. It's an interesting one, and it's probably the least formal of our classes. It's very much we all sit around the circle, talk about it, and we
Right.
have our whole assessment for that course is 100% presentation.
Oh, right. I
So
suppose
we've just
that's
set up.
very practical.
Yeah, so and that's where we're setting up. Like our group is setting up here a hypothetical menopause society for Trinity College. So
Really?
we have to
That's
go through
interesting.
every step of that from start to
Yeah.
finish, of what we're going to do, how we're going to run the meetings, how we're going to reflect the whole works, the whole gamut of it. So it's as if we're setting it up. So yeah, it's a really good
Yeah.
class.
Ah, that's great. Yeah.
Yeah. And then we have Friday morning, which is it's actually the Friday classes are two repeats. So you have social research and social policy in action again on a Friday.
Right.
So yeah.
And same lecturers, because sometimes there'll be different lecturers, within a module. Are these the same lecturers
Um,
again?
we are social policy in action kind of is different. We did like I think the first 5 weeks was one lecture, then the next 3 weeks was a different one, and the last two are Catherine
Hmm.
Conlon. So
Right.
yeah, that one's
Yeah.
broken up that way. But otherwise, all of our ones are the same lecturers. Sometimes we get guest speakers in from Tusla. We have one in yesterday for child protection. She was a principal
Yeah.
social worker on the child protection team,
Yeah.
so
That must
they
have
can
been
be really
really
interesting.
interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, it's seeing people on the ground actually doing the job and being able to ask them questions.
Yeah, absolutely. I
Yeah,
see in this one on Friday, that the 1 o'clock one on Friday, that there's 180 in that. Does that mean that you're combined with another class or another discipline, students from
yeah,
another subject?
yeah. So that's the social research one. That is, I think there's sociology, social
Mm.
policy, social work. All of
Hmm.
us are brought together, but we all actually know each other from last year because we would have been in classes with 300 last year altogether.
Right,
So
right.
we all have friends across different disciplines and stuff like that as well.
That must be really useful as well, thinking of the multidisciplinary nature of social work.
Yeah, it is. It's great. And like you get to learn, they're learning totally different things than us and
Mm.
we bounce things off each other. And like there's sometimes I'll be doing essays for social policy in action and I'll email one of my friends she's doing a pure sociology and social policy degree
Yeah,
and we can bounce ideas off each other and stuff like that. So yeah, it is. It's very useful that way.
that is really great. Do you have any open modules or anything like that that you take? It's a pretty full timetable, but I'm just wondering if you have the opportunity to do any open modules.
No, social work is very much because it's
Yeah,
Corru approved, it's very much black and white. It's this is what we have to cover to get a Corru
yeah,
approval because it's a professional degree.
yeah,
So we're
yeah.
Corru
You're
approved by the
focused,
end.
very
Yeah,
focused.
yeah, and we're one of the only degrees I think that are actually our attendance is monitored because of
Really?
Corru as well. So yeah, so we have to
Right.
sign in and out of every class.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, that's
Yeah, fun
interesting. Yeah.
times.
Yeah, fun times.
No,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
No
no
hiding then.
extended lunches. No.
Yeah, clearly, clearly.
Yeah.
Um, so talk to me a little bit about, you mentioned there how your background, and I think this is so true, particularly with social work, for mature students generally, but for social work probably in particular, where students are bringing their life experience with them into this course. Can you
Yeah.
talk to me about your journey into this course?
Yeah, so I came from a socially disadvantaged area and I left school at 13 and I went out to work in retail.
Yeah,
Had no exams, always felt a little bit that I wasn't smart because I didn't have these exams that everyone else has.
yeah.
But I had talents and skills that worked my way up to HR. So I worked
Wow.
as a HR manager. Yeah, so through Tesco's actually, I got worked up
Well
to a
done.
HR
Yeah,
manager with them and then transferred over to Super Value. So I worked for nearly 20 years as a HR manager.
yeah.
Um, purely out of what they wanted is why I ended up in that role. It was
Yeah,
never a role I was interested in. It was just a well-paid one that I got landed into, which was great,
yeah,
but I never loved it.
yeah.
And then we were also at a point we were foster carers
Right.
and I stopped working and then I decided to go back to education at 38
Wow.
and I went to the Drogheda Institute of Further Education, DIFE.
Yeah.
I did
How
social studies up there.
how did you do that because you knew that social work was where you were headed, or because you felt that's interesting, I want to try that?
I think it's because of the fostering background and my own
Yeah,
background as a child as well. I knew there was such disadvantage there and there was such I think there's a need for social workers that are coming from it from an angle of experience as well as
yeah,
education.
yeah,
So
absolutely.
that's what lit my passion for it. Yeah, I've always kind of liked the idea of it, but
Yeah,
yeah, and then it came up. It was, I think, it actually came up on a Facebook post saying that you could join the Diffie for €30 and
interesting.
do do a level five. And I was like, right, it's a level five. It's €30. If I don't like it, I can leave tomorrow, and I've only lost thirty
Yeah,
euro.
yeah, great.
I found a teacher up in the Diffie called Una, who
Yeah,
killed me and encouraged me and believed in me and just pushed me so hard. And I started achieving amazing
yeah,
results that I didn't think I was capable of because I left school so young.
yeah,
And then she started pushing, saying, "Oh, you need to do the degree." I was like, "There's never a chance of me getting into the degree. I don't even have a leaving cert."
yeah.
And she was like, "No, no, you have to do the degree." So she set me up, and then we met Clodagh, who was a
Yeah.
huge help
Clodagh
getting
Byrne, the
personal.
mature student officer here in Trinity.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
she was amazing, like at getting
yeah,
helping us to get everything ready and personal statements and
yeah,
talks. And we were in
yeah.
Trinity, I think, more before we actually started than we are in it now. Um,
Yeah,
getting to know the place. But
yeah.
yeah, and it's kind of led me to where I am now. That, yeah, I'm
And
very happy in
as
what I'm
far
doing.
as if you want, you can unshare so we can just talk.
Yeah, that's a bit better.
um, as far as what you learned in Diffie
Yeah.
that you were able to take forward into the degree course, then can you talk about how well prepared you felt the applied social studies, um, made you?
Oh, it made a huge difference. Like any of the classes that we had that overlapped with what we took in Trinity, like
Mm,
I was saying we because there's two of us. That my friend Kira came as well. The two of us are social work students from Diffie.
brilliant.
But any of the classes that we took in Diffie, they're the ones that were getting the firsts in every time. Like
Yeah,
psychology, social studies. We had to do a huge project in Diffie that actually plays off now. We're going into social research and we're like, we know this, we have this
yes,
down.
that's great.
Um,
Yeah,
but even the basics, pulling a bibliography together, so
yeah,
important. Like just people that are still struggling in second year not knowing how to do that. We came in day one knowing how to do all this.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so the basics, and yeah, it is. It's really good. Like what you learn, you don't realize as you're doing it. It's probably some of the stuff that you look over and go, "Why are they making us do this?"
Yeah,
But it pays off so much down when you went to the third level.
yeah. And the confidence as well, then when you're probably pretty quickly you realize like, oh, I've covered some of this. Oh, I know this. And then the
Yeah,
confidence rises pretty quickly.
yeah, yeah. And you're expanding your learning because you're going, "Oh, I already know this part. I can go and learn a different thing." Another part of it that I wasn't concentrating on in the diffie like that. But yeah, it
Yeah,
does like this. Just it's even for the just the routine of actually being in there learning again, learning how to take notes, learning how to listen in the class,
yeah.
learning
So
how to put an
important.
essay together.
Yeah,
There are things that like we see it even like we thought the younger adults coming into college would have all this down, and they're like, "No, we don't know how to do any of this. Will you show us?"
yeah,
We're like, "Oh God, we thought
yeah,
this is what the Leaving Cert did."
yeah. But it's actually that practical element, that really applied element that you get in the FET courses that
Yeah,
really, bring students up to the next level of being ready for college.
yeah, it is. It is like it's purely based on getting you into a degree and getting you moving on how a degree works.
Yeah,
Especially from the social studies, we were very lucky. We did social studies with psychology, which led into social studies in Trinity. So they're
yeah,
so similar.
yeah. And then just as a mature student, how do you find the work-life balance? And also, mature students are a minority in the college population.
Yeah,
So, can you talk a little bit about maybe the Mature Student Society or sort of ways that mature students are able to support each other and your
yeah. Well,
experience there? Yeah.
from the mature point of view, we have Clodagh there to babysit us from day one. So
Yeah,
I don't
she's
think a
great.
week goes by that I don't send Claudia an email about something silly. I'm like, matures don't like this. Matures need this. And she's like, I'm on it. I'm doing it. I've got it under control. We've got our own resources room, which
Yes.
we can book out, which is so handy. Like we usually book out five or six of us could be studying in there at a time. But it's
Yeah.
just nice to have that. It's not in the library. It's a bit different. Like
Yeah.
um, the Mature Student Society is constantly doing things, and the Student Carer Society. So they look after
Very good.
any students that are carers or parents.
Right.
Um,
I
I
didn't
know in my
realize
first
actually.
year, yeah, no, they're really good, and they organize like if during midterm break, if it doesn't fall at the same time as the kids, they'll organize to try and get you funding for the creche, and
Yeah.
yeah, they try
Yeah.
and everything is so geared towards trying to make it easier for us because
Yeah.
we do come in with probably bigger struggles than most people.
Yeah. I mean, the work-life balance for the mature students is obviously usually more complicated, a bit more full on.
Yeah, it's education and practical things. You're making dinners, cooking, doing school
Yeah.
runs. Yeah, you
Yeah.
don't get a lot of in between time. But
Yeah.
last year we went too hard on it and we all burned ourselves out. This year we've learned all about going out for dinner on a Thursday night after college all together and having a bit of fun and enjoying college. And
That is so important. And you know what, that is advice that all the students on this series in the Lunch and Learn have given, like taking a moment to actually enjoy college a little bit, going
yeah,
out a little bit, sampling some of the things that it has to offer besides just classes and library and
yeah,
lecture.
yeah. And especially when you're not like if you're not living in the city centre, make the best of it. You're there. There's lovely restaurants. There's lovely bars. There's lovely everything all around us. Don't go too wild now, but you have to enjoy it too. Like it's not all work.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's not just about, um, it's the social and cultural piece as well as the academic piece.
Yeah, yeah. And like it's like the work is there. If you're sensible with your time, you go, right, I'm going to do 2 hours after college today. I'm not going to do anything in the morning.
Yeah,
I'm going to look after myself. I'm going to look after the family. And you just
yeah,
have to be sensible with your time when you come into it.
yeah. And can I ask you, just in terms of your expenses, travel, there's books, I'm sure there's other fees, different things like that. Are you in receipt of any bursaries or any kind of financial support from college or from Susie or and so on? How are you putting it together in that respect?
Yeah, I mean, it's expensive, but I
Mm-hmm.
get money from the Student Assistance Fund,
Mm-hmm.
and I also get uh, €500 towards my fees paid from Susie.
Yeah, it's better in
So
your pocket.
yeah, well, that's it. Like, and there is
Yeah,
so many different things out there. Like, I'm married, and we're
yeah,
kind of yeah. But there's different routes and different avenues there for everyone.
absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. It shouldn't be a barrier, you know.
yeah,
And
yeah,
then the the pinch points now are going to pay off when you're a social worker, fully qualified with professional qualification, moving into an area that you love.
yeah. That's it. That's like exactly like it is. It is all worthwhile.
Yeah,
And there's even little simple things that have happened in the last year since we started. Like the train fares all changed.
really.
So I think I've gone from paying I think 12, €13 a day to €5 or €6 a day.
Oh,
So
that's
that's all
good.
changed throughout. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So,
those
so
little things.
some things are getting better.
Yeah. And we're lucky as well at social work. We don't really have to buy books or anything like that.
Yeah, yeah, that's great. Well, listen, it's gone bang on 1 o'clock. This has been so enjoyable, Jonathan. Thank you so much
Oh,
for sharing your
no
timetable
problem.
and all your insights and your story. I really, really appreciate it. I'm going to make this recording available on our website, and I'll also email it out to everyone on our list so
Brilliant.
everyone can benefit from your pearls of wisdom.
Yeah. We'll hopefully see some of them next year coming in.
I hope so. I really hope so.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much,
Okay.
Jonathan. I really,
No,
really appreciate it. Take care.
no problem. No. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.